What's going on there, everybody, and welcome to another video on CHMZ. Today I want to talk to you guys about car finance. Now I know depending on which country you live in, car finance and deals that you can get on cars, all that kind of stuff is going to differ. So I'm speaking predominantly from the UK as I live in the United Kingdom, but obviously there are going to be similar car finance deals that dealerships do, private companies do all throughout the world. So just basically touching on whether car finance is actually worth it, when it would be worth it, and kind of what I do personally. Now let's talk about, firstly, for a first car, is car finance worth it? Now I personally don't believe for a first car finance is worth it. You know, buying a newer car, I mean, if you're going to get finance on a car anyway, you're going to want to buy a newer car. So it basically allows you to spread a payment over a period of time instead of putting down a, you know, one big lump sum. So in terms of buying it for your first car, using finance for your first car, because it is your first car and you're still technically new to driving, all of that kind of stuff, personally I don't believe car finance is actually worth going for if it is your first vehicle you've owned. Now, is it worth it if you want to get a second car or a car to upgrade? That's kind of dependent on you. I mean, if you trust your driving enough to where you know you're going to spend quite a bit of money on a car over a course of a few years, and you know that the car that you're going to have, you're going to look after, then by all means, car finance is worth it. Now, does that mean you should just go straight into a dealership and say, look, I want this finance package on this car without thinking? No, it doesn't. You should always think about how much money you're earning. Make sure that you actually earn enough to where you're not going to get yourself in trouble with finance. So, you know, God forbid you lose a job, all that kind of stuff. They will take the car away from you most of the time, and that basically covers the rest of the finance that's left. When finance is calculated, they usually take into account the value of the car within a couple of years, you know, finance deal that you have. So definitely take that into account. Make sure you have enough, you know, actual finances to pay for the finance on the vehicle, and then make a kind of sound, solid decision from there. Now, what do I do? My car, yes, it is financed. Like I said in previous videos, it's nothing special, so I'm not going to keep going over what car it is, but it isn't anything special. But at the time, I didn't have £7,900 to spend on the car, but I did have, you know, £2,000 or £3,000 as a deposit. So for me, it made sense to get the actual car with my deposit, meaning that putting a deposit down lowers the price of the vehicle, meaning it lowers my monthly payments over a course of, you know, X amount of years. So for me, it was worth getting finance for this vehicle because it's a newer car, because I don't have to worry too much about anything going wrong, you know, touch wood. I wanted to get something more secure, and seeing as I'm going to be using the car a lot for work, traveling to and from, you know, both jobs that I have, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, I definitely wanted a vehicle that's going to kind of be good to me. And for me, the option was to go for the car I have now and kind of go forward from there. Now, would I be going for car finance again? The answer is yes. Again, in previous videos, I've mentioned that I want to upgrade my car soon. I'm talking within the next probably 10 months. And I'm going to be looking at something like a super hatch. Now, super hatch is anything from RS3s to A45s to 140i's, BMWs, all of that kind of stuff. Now, those cars, again, in the UK, range anywhere between £25,000 and £42,000 to £45,000. Do I have that amount of money? No, I don't. Do I have, you know, that amount of expendable income to like put £20,000 down as a deposit? No, I don't. However, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to save adequate amounts of money in order to put towards the car, somewhere in the region of £6,000 to £10,000 to place as a deposit, which again lowers my monthly payments and allows me to pay less over the course of X amount of years. I personally think for people who are like me, who have solid jobs, who can afford the finance, it is a good option to kind of get yourself a nicer car, especially if you are a car lover, because I definitely am. And it just opens up a few more doors for you, so you don't have to drive something that you're not you know, your imagination isn't too happy with. You want to drive something better, you want to drive something faster, you know, better brand, better build quality, nicer interior, etc., then that kind of car or that kind of car package is good for you. So yes, I will be using finance again. Now, to kind of basically summarize the video, for a first car, is car finance worth it? I don't believe it is. Again, first cars, you're going to want to have something reliable, but you're going to want to have something that might get scraped, might get, you know, knocked around here and there, and you want to, you know, be careful. It's kind of more of a learning experience, your first car. For a second car, is it worth it? Completely up to you guys, obviously, depending on how you are as a driver, how much money you're earning, and you know, how much you actually want to get a finance package, how much you want a new car. If you feel like you can basically tick all the right boxes, then by all means, definitely go and get car finance. Make sure that you have enough, you know, expendable income. Of course, don't sacrifice your mortgage or your rent or your electric bill to get a nicer car, because it's not worth it. However, if you do have the expendable income, yes, get finance for your second or third or fourth or however many other cars. Now, if you're like me and you work umpteen hours a week, crazy amounts of hours, but you are a petrol head and you want to get a nicer car, a lot of the big YouTubers, a lot of the big guys who actually have these supercars, a lot of them do still finance their vehicles, maybe not from dealerships but through private companies. So if you are like me and you want to upgrade your vehicle, but you don't want to, you know, worry too much about, oh, I don't have £40,000, £50,000, £120,000, I don't have that kind of money, then by all means, again, car finance is a good option, but the rules still apply. Make sure you earn enough money, make sure you have enough money to put towards the actual vehicle to lower the monthly income, to make it easier for yourself to pay off in the long run. Okay, so I believe that's everything covered. Not too much of a long video, but definitely one that I thought I'd put out there, because car finance is a big thing nowadays and there's a lot of questions about it. Any questions, any further questions that I haven't basically answered in this video, please leave them in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, it's CHMZ and it's Hams signing out. I'll see you next time.